Every couple days, my wife reminds me of how many days are left before my next treatment and before we get the results of the scan. And as of today, there are 5 days left. Now, in a situation like this, a lot of people would stress and worry and, try to plan for the future, even though it's completely impossible. Given everything I've been through, I'm just trying to relax and enjoy this time because my life could be changing very drastically very soon. Plus, I know there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is wait. And once we get the results, then we can start planning. And, but even though even though that's my approach to the situation, there's still this thought, in the back of your head. You always kind of wonder, like, what do I think will happen? And in the beginning, my thought is given everything that's happened so far, most of the time in situations like this, it's been the worst case scenario. Not to mean, oh, I'm negative, everything's screwed, simply because, like, objectively speaking, that has been the pattern. So it's safe to expect this to continue. So I expected the news to be, you know, we got the results back, cancer has progressed, and the doctor would give me his recommendation, which would be go to Nicaragua, be with your wife, you'll be dead by Christmas. That's kind of what I expected. Not as in I'm giving up, just in the sense like that's what I'm expecting, that's the doctor's opinion. Once we get that news, then I can, with my wife, decide what we're going to do. But if that happened, the plan has always kind of been okay, I'm going to go to Nicaragua, not to give up, not to die there, but to be with my wife just because I know that that will help a lot and it's going to help me heal. So that's kind of what I expected. But over the last 3 weeks, my health has been doing better. The breathing has been getting better, the coughing has been diminishing. I'm able to walk more, which is really good. And that helps with the appetite, it helps with sleep. So everything seems to be getting better and better. It's a slow process, but it's definitely positive. And the fact that everything seems to be kind of falling into place means, okay, I should be able to get my weight under control, which means we should be able to continue immunotherapy treatments. So even if it is the worst case scenario, there's still a chance that doctors look, well, given the situation with your weight and everything, maybe we should still keep going for a while. And also, there's always a chance that it didn't progress and that nothing changes, everything stays exactly the same. So now I'm just not quite sure what to expect, and I know at the end of the day it really doesn't matter. It is what it is going to be, and I can't control it. But that's kind of been my thought process over the last 3 weeks. Now, there has been a wrench that was thrown, or a potential wrench that was thrown into the mix of this entire situation recently when my sister asked me a very smart question. And that question was, are you allowed to leave the country when you're on employment insurance? And of course, I couldn't answer it because I've never been on employment insurance. And this is not a regular employment insurance. It's the medical employment insurance. So because of that, I can't simply do an online search and get the answer. I'm going to need to wait until Monday and then give them a call, kind of explain the situation, ask like, hey, okay, given the situation, am I allowed to leave the country or am I stuck here? So that's kind of the potential wrench that could be thrown. So even if my doctor's recommendation is go be with your wife, there's a chance that I won't be able to because, let's be honest, I don't have the budget to go over there and live there for multiple months without having a source of income. In fact, I don't even know yet if I've been accepted for employment insurance. I filled out the forms, I sent everything. I got this very confusing letter, and I say confusing because they're like, here's your code to access your account, but they never actually say if it was accepted or denied. It seems to imply that it was accepted, but there's no confirmation. The only way to do that is to go to My Services Canada account and check in there. Of course, I've never had to use it before, so I need to create the account. In order to do that, I need to verify my identity, which I can do one of two ways. First way is with your bank. Of course, for some reason, my bank is not on the list of banks you can use to verify your identity. The second option is they send you a code by mail, not email, by mail, which takes 5 to 10 business days. And then with that code, you're able to verify your identity, create the account, have access to all the information, at which point I should theoretically be able to know whether I was accepted or not. So, assuming that I was accepted for employment insurance, there's still a chance that I won't be able to leave the country, even if that ends up being the plan that was originally discussed, because I just can't afford it. So it's like there's so many different variables in this entire situation. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no control over it. And yeah, that's pretty much a summary for my life when you think about it. Over the last 14 months, it's like you always try to come up with plans, you always try to do your best, but at the end of the day, you have very little control over anything. I would say the only positive things would be number one, the aloe plant seems to be doing very, very well. The other thing is my bird of paradise plant just grew a huge new leaf in the last couple weeks. So that's pretty cool. So good for them. You know, at least they're doing good. I don't know, I just like to do random stuff every once in a while, and I'm surrounded by plants, so why not do that? So conclusion of everything is we still don't know anything. My life could potentially change very drastically in 5 days when you get the results, but given all the other, surrounding circumstances, it's also possible that even if my life is completely flipped upside down, absolutely nothing changes because I may be stuck here. So once again, the conclusion of everything is I don't know anything. So I guess the whole point of this video is I don't know. Let's just wait and see. So this entire video has been a complete waste of time. And by the way, yes, I am aware that in the last video, the one I made yesterday, I was like, hey, I'm back, everything's doing great, so the videos from now on will be more positive, more uplifting, more motivating, and I feel like this video is kind of the complete opposite of that, so I guess, once again, I was wrong and I have no control over anything. Now, I know I make it sound bad, but it's just like, that's how the process works, that's how life works. I'm not saying that in a bad way, as if like, I have no control over anything and it sucks and it's just like I'm stuck in this situation. It's just like, no, that's how it is and that's okay. So I guess we'll know in 5 days what happens. Until then, all I can do is wait, chill with my plants, talk to my wife, and enjoy life as much as I can. Oh yeah, and go for walks. That's definitely important. So that's been my update for the day. My waste of time, if you will. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.